everyone, how is your Sunday going? Today has gone by incredibly way too fast for me. I can't believe it's already time for me to start making dinner. My to-do list has gotten longer than the hours of the day, which I'm sure is the same for a lot of y'all. But here we are making dinner. Tonight I'm going to make a fish stew. For anybody who's a little bit nervous to cook fish at home, this is the recipe. Well, not recipe, but method for you, because it's almost no fail. It's really easy. It tastes incredible, and you are just gonna really like it. I just know it. If you like fish, I mean, this is the recipe for you. Okay. So I've got an onion, and very easily and quickly we chop off the ends. And in my trash bowl, learned the tip to have a trash bowl from Rachel Ray, back when I used to watch Food Network ad nauseum. And it's a really handy tip to have that trash bowl, so you're not constantly running to your trash can, or even better if you've got a compost pile. But I live in suburbia, and having compost just really didn't work for me. Not to mention, yeah, I mean, there's just nowhere for me to compost. I have a tiny, tiny little backyard. Well, all right, I guess I should actually get my skillet hot. Watson, all done, Watson. I'm gonna put some olive oil. And I like to work right next to the stove. That way, as my cutting board gets full, I can just put the ingredients as I go. So I cut one direction, then I turn my onion and I cut it the other way to get slices. I point this out because I just recently learned a lot of people don't know the proper way. I mean, I'm not saying there's a right way to cut an onion, but they don't know an effective way to cut an onion. So I found that method really works for me. I'm gonna get a spoon. I really like these flat edged wooden spoons. And just kind of get my onions coated in the oil, and I'm gonna grab some celery from the refrigerator. Last night on my Instagram, I did an Instagram live. My Instagram is ditdot. Did Instagram live on how to make water kefir. I love water kefir. This is kombucha. I actually bought this one. I homebrewed kombucha too, but I really like this raspberry lemon ginger from Simple Truth Organic. So every once in a while, I buy that one. All right, try to decide. I think I'm gonna go with 2 stalks. I'm gonna rinse these off in the sink real quick. And if you like a lot of celery, put in a lot of celery. Maybe you like celery more than onion. Maybe do half an onion and 3 celery. Or maybe you don't like onion at all. Then you can lower this to medium. If you don't like onion at all, just do a celery. One thing that I think is important in cooking, a lot of people start off with recipes, which is definitely a really good way to learn how to cook. But don't be afraid to substitute and make it your own. All right, I've peeled a lot of garlic here. but because I like a lot of garlic. But I wanted to show you, if you smash the garlic clove first, then that usually helps get the paper part off. So I just smash it, and if you're lucky, the paper will fly off, and then it like sticks to your fingers because always does that. All right. So the other thing is, you know, a recipe will say saute the onions on medium. Well, I'm prepping as I'm cooking because I don't want to I want it to go faster. I don't want to have to take all the time to prep out my vegetables and then cook. As a new cook, that is actually beneficial, so that way you are ready with your ingredients. But don't be afraid to touch that dial. You know, if it's going too fast for you, lower the heat. If it's, you know, if it's not cooking quick enough, turn it up. You know, some dishes that doesn't work, but when you're just sauteing onions and, you know, celery or bell pepper or things like that, it's okay. Now, I talked about this the other day in my ravioli video. Some recipes you want your onions to caramelize and get nice golden brown. And some recipes you want them to be translucent and just soft without any color. That's what we're going for tonight. We don't really want them to turn brown. So I'm not going to put it on a high heat. You're probably hearing my Instapot in the background. I don't know if it's picking up on the mic. I have some rice going in my Instapot. And so I'm going to serve this fish stew over some rice. All right, so I got a decent amount of garlic. Again, just put in how much you like. This is a super fast, easy, and like I said, it's really hard to mess this recipe up. All right, I'm going to turn the heat back up a little bit, and I'm going to add some seasoning. Got my trusty salt cellar, pepper, and any recipe that has a sauce, I like to sometimes double up the flavor. So I've got fresh garlic and fresh onion. I'm going to put a little bit of dried garlic and dried onion. I feel like it gets into the sauce and just makes it that much more yummy. This one never wants to open. So this is dried onion powder. I'll just sprinkle a little bit in. Okay, and then we're going to go with some paprika. And you can always put less and then taste it and add more. You can't, you know, take out. So I've got celery stalk. So I'm going to, again, double up the flavor by adding a little celery seed. If you don't have celery seeds, don't use it. No big deal. Okay, I'm looking for my cumin. I've still yet to alphabetize these. One of those things. One day it might happen. And some thyme. So I've got quite a bit of seasonings. I did onion powder, garlic powder, thyme, paprika, celery seed. I think that's it. And I'm going to stir these around. They kind of get toasted a little bit, which makes them bring out their flavors a little. All right. Next, I'm going to grab some tomato paste. If you can find tomato paste in a tube, it's perfect for a recipe like this where I don't need a whole can. I just need a couple squirts. Oh, this one's a new one. It's got that little seal. So you gotta do like this. Pop it open. So I'm gonna put a couple good squirts in. and work that in. All right. Okay, now my skillet's getting a little too hot because things are starting to stick and I don't want them to stick. So I lowered the heat and then grabbed some chicken stock and some coconut milk. Let's see, this one's almost empty, so hopefully I've got enough, but otherwise I can grab another one. Okay, so, almost forgot a big important step. All right, I'm gonna add some butter to this and you'll see why. I want it to get enough fat in here because I'm going to sprinkle in some flour and it will make like a roux in the bottom of my skillet, which will thicken up the sauce because stews are a little bit thicker, right? Okay, so that's not quite enough. You can add some more butter or olive oil. You want a good glossy. So let me show you what I got. So you can see when I pull back, there's a little bit of oil. Everything's a little glossy. It doesn't need to be too much, but just everything nicely coated. And then I'm going to just grab a little bit of flour from the pantry. Okay. I keep this scoop in my flour, so I'm just going to sprinkle a couple tablespoons worth, maybe a little more. All right, now we want to get this flour all coated in that oil that we just put in. And so you don't want to see any of the white flour left. You want to have it coated. Sticking to my spoon. All right, now we're going to add the chicken stock. So, you know, cooking a lot of times is very forgivable. If I had forgotten to do that step, it would have been okay. What I would have done was I would have gotten a small bowl and put the flour in that bowl. I would have added some more chicken stock to the flour in the bowl. Whisk it where there's no lumps. That's very key because once you add flour to a liquid, it would clump up. A hot liquid, I mean. So if you add it to this cold liquid and whisk it, then I could have added it. And that's another way to thicken up a sauce if you don't add the flour before you add your liquid. I hope that made sense. I'll have to demo that another day. Okay, so it's funny, it's a stew, but I like to make this in a skillet. I don't know why. Like most beef stews and things like that, I do in a big stock pot. I think because fish stew isn't something that I want a ton of leftovers on. I love it. It tastes good. I might eat some the next day. It's not like having a fish fillet, which would really get dried out and you wouldn't want the next day. But I don't want like a whole stock pot worth either. Okay, so this is coconut milk. I love that they started making it in these resealable containers. I like to add coconut milk to my favorite tea right now, which is a toasted coconut almond tea, I think. And then I add some coconut milk to it. Oh, so good. I am like a major tea drinker. I do not drink coffee, cannot stand the taste of coffee. Comment below, are you a tea drinker or a coffee drinker? And if you are a coffee drinker, please let me know, a tea drinker, please let me know what your favorite tea is because I love trying new ones. Okay, that wasn't as much coconut milk as I want, so I'm gonna grab my next container of it. It actually can be, it's actually pantry stable until you open it. I don't know why we just put this one in the refrigerator, but it was. I do shake it because sometimes it's got water and coconut milk in it, and sometimes it will settle. So you want to shake it up before you use it. Okay, add some coconut milk. So tonight after dinner, I kind of got my evening routine. I'm sure most of y'all do, right? I like to do, I'm not a morning workout person. I keep trying to be, but I'm just not. So I tend to do my workouts in the evening. Okay, I had it on low. I'm gonna bump it up to medium because I do want it to thicken a little bit. And we're about to taste it. I want to taste it before I add my fish. And then we'll add the fish here in a minute. It's good. Okay, it's not done. We're gonna add some more stuff, but I just wanted to see where the flavors were. Okay. Yeah, so in my evening routine, I like to, I'm just giving this chance to kind of thicken and let the flavors do their thing. So I do yoga every day. I've been doing yoga every day for almost 2 years now. Totally life-changing. I'm sure you'll hear more about it as I continue videoing. But I like to do like a cardio workout, and then I cool down with a yoga session. But tonight I also have to prep up my kids' schoolwork for this next week because, hold on, I'm gonna grab my fish. So I keep my, oh, that was bad noise. I keep my meats on the top shelf of my fridge because that's just where they work. So I have them in a plastic container because, like, in case they were to leak, I don't want raw meat going down my refrigerator. Anyway, yeah, so I homeschool the kids, and either Saturday or Sundays, I lay out what we're gonna do for that next week. I mean, I have an overarching plan at the beginning of the semester, but then I do that, and I don't usually wait till the Sunday evening. Okay, so first off, what I'm gonna do is, oh, dang it, this one's got bones, guys. Okay, so if your fish has bones, there's two things you can do. You can, these are big ones too. They usually pull out really easily. This one doesn't want to pull out. They're called pin bones. So, oh, it's really hard to see. There you go. They're called pin bones, and sometimes the fishmonger will pull them out for you, and sometimes they won't. I didn't think to ask. It's okay that I'm shredding this chicken up a little bit to get these bones out because it's gonna kind of fall apart in the soup anyway. There goes my rice. Oh, dang it. So what I might do instead, these bones don't want to come out easy, I'm actually just gonna cut, the bones are all in one line, so I'm gonna cut alongside where the bones are. It's actually, they're only in that top section too. And then I'm just putting big chunks because as this cooks, it's going to fall apart a bit. So I'm gonna cut alongside here where the bones are and just toss this section. It'd be so much easier than trying to pull all of them out. So I'm cutting it into like big chunks, and then I'm gonna put it in this broth here, and then I will stir it up. Or I'll wash my hands first, and then I'll stir it up. Oh, well, I should have pulled up my paper first. Okay. Let's get rid of that. And my cutting board. Okay, wash my hands again. All right. So, this is basically poaching a protein, which is our fish. You don't want to bring it up to a boil. That will toughen up your meat. It'll make all the proteins in the meat like seize up and be tough. So all you want to do is have it at a bare simmer, okay? And when the fish starts to fall apart, you'll know it's done. I'm gonna grab some lime juice out of the fridge because I forgot to add it a little bit ago. So I love these. It's pure lime juice, not from concentrate. I buy this and lemon juice. So nice to have on hand for recipes, or, you know, I like to make just lemon water to drink. Okay. I want to taste it right now, but I don't want to taste it with raw fish in it. Although, you know, I eat sushi, so it's really not that big a deal. But all right, I'm going to put a lid on this and let it simmer probably for 10 minutes and check on my rice, and I'll be back in a minute. Hey guys, so it's been just under 10 minutes and I went to peek on it, and my fish is flaking apart very easily, so I know it's cooked through. And now I'm just going to garnish with some parsley, and I just take the scissors and kind of give the parsley a haircut over the dish, kind of like a little easy way to do it. All right, so I'm going to do that, and then we're going to taste it, and break up that big piece, serve it over rice like I said, and it'll be really good. Let's see. I feel like it's missing just something to give it that little extra punch. So my brain is thinking, what I want to do is add more lime juice, but I actually don't want to add more lime juice because my kids don't like it that way. But it needs, I'm going to add a little bit of red wine vinegar. So I just want a little bit more of that sour flavor. Other things that would be really good to add are capers. I just don't have any. Actually olives. I add olives a lot of times to it. It sounds weird, but it's really good. I just didn't feel like doing that tonight. Oh, spilled on myself. Nope, that's good. Okay. Yep, so I just need a little bit more sour, just a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna dish this up over some rice, and I will show you the end result. So here's my no-fail fish stew. If you liked this video, please hit the like or subscribe button, and I will see you soon.